Hi, I'm Mark. Welcome back to Foothill Paint Fabrication. Well, last week we got the passenger side door gaps looking really good, but I got a sinking feeling that was the easy side. Today, we're going to go ahead and tackle the driver's side. We've got a little quarter panel problem here. We're going to push that over, and then we're probably going to have to add some to the edge of the door, just like we did last week. So let's jump in here, take a look at what's going on, and then we're going to get this thing prepped and get to work. Okay, so here's that hoop-to-do we've seen a few times. It's time to quit talking about it and get to work on it. So the gauge fits in right here, but it won't make it past that, obviously. So, and this gauge is kind of like a go, no-go gauge. You can see, you know, the corner fits in right there, but when we get to the fatter part, it's about a 3/1000ths difference from one side to the other. And then we turn the corner, and then it slips in. So we're about 0 right there. So this part right here is pretty good, but then when we come down here, then the gap starts getting bigger and bigger. So we're going to have to add some material on here, just a lot more at the bottom. But right now I think we need to focus on getting just this area right here worked out, which will be basically all quarter panel work, and then we'll start maybe adding material to the edge of the door down here. So give me a minute. I'm going to go ahead and grind all this epoxy back all the way around. And then we'll figure out where we're going to cut, and we're going to tap that over. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. Oh, I've got my shims taped up in here so the door shuts the exact same amount. I just use a squeeze clamp to hold it shut, so we're always the same right here. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but this kind of leans over this way. So what happened was when I put the quarter panel on and then I had to recut it and move it again, there was kind of a bulge right here, and I tapped it down and the sheet metal had to go somewhere, so it went this way, and now that's what's causing this problem right now. I could have done this back in bare sheet metal, but I didn't have the doors in and adjusted, so I would have been flying blind trying to, you know, cut this and knock it over. I could have guessed, I guess, but yeah, we'll just do it right now. So I'm going to take the cutoff wheel and I'm going to come just inside of that. I don't want to be right on the radius because I want to retain that if possible. And we'll cut, you know, just over here a little bit, and I'll overshoot a little bit. So when I tap here in the middle, it's a nice smooth transition. So let me get that cut, and then we'll see if we can't tap that over. All right, let's get a nice clean cut here. All right, we may have to widen that up a little bit more. We'll tap it over and see what happens. Check our gap, and then if it's still too tight right here, we'll just leave it tapped over and plunge one more time. But yeah, let's see what we can do here. All right. Now, just tightened up. It's a little lumpy right there, but I don't feel the ledge like I did. Let's close the door and check it. All right, when we cut that, there's a ledge right here now. So this came up, which is kind of what we needed because it was low right there, but now this is low, but we can weld all that in. That's no big deal. Let's see if our gauge fits here. So it's a little tight right there, still a little tight right there, and then we're okay right here. We may even be able to have to pry this out and tap that in a little bit. I think that's what we need to do because you can kind of see the gap is a little bigger there. So let me get a small screwdriver and I'll try to pry out right here and tap in right there and see if we can get this all straightened out. All right, this one will just fit in there. Get this to pry out a little bit. It did bulge up, but we can tap that down. And that did get tighter, but still not tight enough. I'm going to go ahead and cut it just a little bit higher and see if we can move this whole thing over. Give it a little extra right there, just in case we need it. go. So we're looking now. Yeah, that's a lot better. Still a little tight right here. Need to tap that over. What I'll do is I'll stick the screwdriver in here to hold this in position, and we'll tap right there. Trying to tap it so this is nice and smooth. I think once I get this little lump out right here, I think we're going to be okay. All right, let's check it again. Okay, this is the skinny side. We fit no problem. Let's try the fat side. Just won't go in. I think we went a little too far. Not bad though. That's fairly easy. If we can gently just kind of massage this back out a little bit. Just a little. We might be okay. Yeah, now we're just having trouble touching. It's probably going to pull when I weld it, pull it in and shrink. So I'm going to go ahead and bump it just a little bit more. Yep, it's just fitting there, but not this part. All right, I'm going to fiddle with this a little bit more, and I'll bring you back when I'm pretty happy with it. All right, I think I've got it. So I did cut it a little higher up here to push that over because I didn't like that bigger gap right there. But we're looking good. It just goes in on the smaller side, but it doesn't go in. It goes a little all the way in right there, but I can't force that over anymore. But we're looking pretty good. And this way, it's nice and smooth. So from the panel here to this edge, it feels flush all the way across. So we're looking pretty good. We are a little low right in this area, but both sides are exactly the same way. So we'll figure that out once we start working on this part. But yeah, I think we're about ready to weld this in. Now, I'd like to use a TIG welder. The problem is I did put epoxy primer up and sealed up underneath there, and I can't really get up in there and clean that out very well. So I think I might have to use the MIG on this, but I'll try with the TIG first, and if I have so much impurities boiling out, it's fighting me, I'm going to have to switch over to the MIG, which I probably should do in the first place. So give me a minute to think which way I want to go, and I'll bring you back, and we'll get this welded. All right, guys, since the MIG welder's up in the garage, we're going to try the TIG welder first. I think laziness is going to win out here, so we're going to give it a shot. I got a piece of copper back behind there clamped in. Maybe that'll help. And then we're going to go ahead and get some tacks on here and then double check the gap. And then we'll go ahead and try to weld it. Fingers crossed. All right, here we go. All right, see how we did. Feels about the same. It's a little big right here, but that rolls over sharper. This radius is much tighter, so I think we're going to have to lay a bead right on that edge and just reshape it. So I think we're going to be okay there. Pretty big gap here. All right, contamination wasn't too bad. Got some pits in it. Let me get this ground up. I'll bring you back and we'll take a look at it. All right, got it ground just roughed in smooth. It's looking pretty good. We did shrink up a little bit, so it is a little bit loose. Not really loose, but not, like it was. And I think it's coming from, I don't know if you guys can see, but we got kind of like a lazy corner right there, so it just kind of rolls off real slow. And they're a lot tighter on each end and all the way down. So I think what we need to do is lay a bead from here all the way up to here, right on that corner right there. So let me get it cleaned up and we'll get a bead run down through there. All right, hopefully I built that up enough. Let's get a grind on it and see how it looks. Okay, I had to touch this up 3 more times in between grinding, kept finding low spots. And we do have a little bit of a lip here. So we're gonna have to fill down inside here because we pushed that edge out, but that's okay because we'll have a nice steel edge right there. It looks pretty good. Not perfect, we still need to round that edge over to match the rest of it because it's razor sharp right now from filing it. But we do have the same size all the way. It gets a little bigger here just like on the other side, but I'm not going to mess with that. But we are looking pretty good. All I got to do is take a file and some sandpaper and try to duplicate this edge right here all the way around. Let me knock that out before we move on to trying to tighten up the rest of this gap. Alright guys, I lied. I went ahead and reworked this area right here. I looked at the other side, it looks so much better, so I had to make them at least match. So I did add some more material on here, did a lot of filing, a little low spot right there, but this kind of tucked down, so we have to fill that right there. But we're right on the money. The skinny part fits in, but the fat part won't. So we're looking pretty good right there, and we can always file that some more, but I've got it rounded over. It's looking pretty good. Now we need to move down to the bottom, and right here I can feel this door. It kind of just whoops in real quick right there. So we're going to start welding right here all the way down to the bottom to get it to match. I'm going to show just a little bit of it. I covered it all last week, so let me get this cleaned up and we'll see what we can do about running a few beads down here. Alright guys, we got it all cleaned up. I sanded all the epoxy off, both sides, wire wheeled it, sanded it, and even wiped it with acetone. So hopefully we'll keep the contaminants down this time. So it looks pretty good. It's a little big right here, then it tightens up, and it kind of comes and goes. So we don't have a lot to do on this side. It's pretty darn close, closer to the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of passes, get it cleaned up, and I'll bring you back when I've got something to show you. All right, guys, starting to get the hang of this. It's looking pretty good. That is a pass, since it was rounded, I put a little pass, kind of at the angle, flat, on the same from the inside, and then one right down the middle, right on the edge. And we are actually looking pretty good here. It's not wanting to go in, but I know we're going to have some low spots here and there. So I'm going to go ahead and knock the tops off all these and then double check it, and we'll make a pass where we need to, and then we can get some grinding done. Okay guys, we are ready for ink, and I'm not going to kid you, this is hours of work right here to weld it, grind it, touch it up, bump it out, hammer and dolly it, touch it up again, and then have to hammer and dolly it again. And it's not perfect along there. We're still a little off down here, but I'm really not focused on that. I'm focused on the gap. Because every time you weld on it, it's going to tuck a little bit, and you're going to have to hammer it again. So what I want to do is get to the point where I don't have to weld anymore. Then next time we're going to worry about this. But right now I just want to stay focused on the gap. So I'm going to get this inked, scribed, and ground, and see how we look. All right. Ink on here. All right, set to 200 thousandths. All right, let's get it scribed. All right, that scribe is showing up really nice. It's going to be really easy to grind to. I think the trickiest part is going to be the transition from the work we did on this side to the work we did on that side to make sure that's nice and smooth and perfectly parallel. I mean, this is kind of a focal point right up here on the shoulder, right by the door handle, so I want to take my time and make sure that looks perfect. I'm going to go ahead and grind this off camera. I'll bring you right back and we'll see how it turns out. All right, this project is about done for the day. I don't know about your projects though, because I haven't been getting any update pics. Now I'm going to showcase some update pics at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But you guys, some of you guys haven't sent me anything in a year or more, so I hope I'm not the only one out in the garage, in the shop, slaving away every day on their car. So give me some update pics. I'd love to show them to everybody else. It helps keep us all motivated and see what everybody else is going through and doing in their shop. So get those sent in to me. Now, I got this ground really well, and I did have a few low spots at the bottom. I had to get the welder out, grind it again, hammer it again, back and forth, but we're looking pretty good right now. So this transition's looking really good, and the gauge is fitting in just like the other side. So we're looking really nice. I'm really happy with that. Now, I did not round this lip over like I did on the other one. I'm not a big fan of what's going on here. This door's a little wavy over here, so I didn't want to try to hammer this out to perfection, you know, and have this lip get damaged. So I think we're going to do that on the next one when we're working this area to try to get these nice and smooth. But I think that one came out pretty good. I'm pretty happy. Both door gaps on all the way around really are looking really good. All right, guys, that wraps up this video and getting the door gaps on the driver's side all knocked out. Had a little bit of both. Well, actually, a little bit on the quarter panel and a lot on the door, but we got it knocked out. And we hit a little mini milestone on the project by getting the door gaps worked out. So, but there is a lot of more work to be done here, but getting these gaps locked in is the first step so we can start working our way forward. We've got those A-pillar gaps to the fender I'm not happy with. We've got the hood situation still going on. So we've got a lot of work to do, not to mention to get these looking nice and flush across here. So there's plenty more to do, but I'm kind of glad to get this all busted out. Thanks for joining me here at Foothill Paint Fabrication. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Mash that bell and drop me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. We'll see you on the next one.